I hope every single one of you guys had a good, productive Monday today. First off, I'd like to go ahead and thank you guys all for tuning in, even if you're watching a rerun of this stream. I appreciate you. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe so we can keep getting our numbers up. Um, with that with that said, I'd like to go ahead and start this stream off too with saying, like I do say every Monday, and I don't mean to be a broken record here. Like I say all the time, when it's a Monday, the start of a month, the start of a year, even at the start of a new day, guys, let Monday be the new you. Basically, what I'm saying is, let the start of a new week be the start of a new you. Start doing those things you were trying to do. Start doing those things you were saying you were going to do. Don't hold off on doing them anymore. With the start of a new week, let that be the start of a new you. And it could be the start of a new week. It could be the start of a new month. It could be the start of a new day. Let that be the new you and a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity to better yourself. So each day is a new opportunity to better yourselves. Yep. With that being said, though, we're gonna go ahead and start this stream off properly with the proper rip. Shout out to all my Packful Rat fans, all my Packful Rat family. This one's for you guys. Zooey. Wow. That was quite a splendid rip. That was quite a splendid rip, if I do say so myself. All right. So we got off of a good little rest, period. Had some refeeds, on the weekend, and had a successful leg day today. Hit cardio too. Hit a lot of cardio. Ran off all the extra calories from the weekend. Now we're getting ready to have a strong week right ahead of ourselves. But yeah, had a good day at the gym, had a good day at work. And yeah, yesterday, we took some days off like we said we were going to do. And now you guys can go ahead and get excited again for Packful Rat to be back every single night for 3 days in a row. 3 or 4 days in a row, we're going to be on here every night. And we're just going to be dropping by for maybe 20, 30 minutes max, because as I said, it's not that I don't believe in this. It's just, I don't want you guys putting all your eggs in one basket. Like, don't spend all your free time, all your daylight becoming a streamer, streaming for hours on hours, because if you do end up wasting your time and it doesn't go anywhere, then those are going to be precious daylight hours that you could have had, precious time with your family. So just a little bit of moderation will keep us going right. We're not giving up. We're just going to keep doing our thing every day. No matter who listens, no matter who watches, we're still out here trying to elevate your mental and physical well-being. Yep. And yeah, so we'll be back for 3 days in a row about this time. And then yeah, we're back on schedule. So for today's stream, we have a conversation about what's the point of conversation, right? And a lot of you guys don't really get the point of conversation. A lot of people out there don't really understand what the point of conversation is. Why do we talk to each other? And I'll just go ahead and spill the beans. The point of conversation is so we can agree on something. People don't talk to each other to not agree. People talk to each other to come to an agreement and agree on a thing. Conversation is not supposed to be a one-way battle, a one-way empowerment. It's not supposed to be one-way empowerment where one person is the big bro and one person's a little bro, and where one person is constantly having to validate another person. That's not the point of conversation. The point of conversation is not validation. You know, if people give you validation here and there out of their own choice, that's awesome. It feels great. Some of these people, though, are going to use other people to validate their own emotions, their own ways. And that's how they're going to go about conversating. You know, every single person they talk to, it's not necessarily going to be trying to get along with them. You know, some of these people are going to go out of their way to talk to people just to make themselves feel better. Like, oh, did you happen to see my new clothes today? You know, and they might go up to somebody who doesn't even care, you know, who's like, doesn't even got the coolest clothes on. And they might go up to someone and say something like that. You know, this is kind of what we touched on the previous, on last week's streams. This is kind of what we touched on when we were saying people are complainers, you know. And yeah, this is kind of the same thing. And we're talking about how to be a good friend, right? This is going to go hand in hand with that old stuff that we were talking about. All right, so like, the point of conversation is to agree on something. It could be anything, you know, like, oh yeah, the weather is nice today. Yeah, the weather is nice. You know, you want to come to an agreement. You want to have an agreeable time. The point of conversation is not conflict. And if you're having conflict with, because there's people out there who has conflict with every single person, why would you even want to talk to somebody you're having conflict with? You know, if somebody's saying that you could, like, trying to tell you how to do something, you know, they're not in your position. So like, that's why there's just these people trying to validate their own emotions using conversation. But that's not the point of conversation. And that's what I'm trying to get to y'all. That's what I'm trying to get out to all y'all guys, is that the real point of conversation is actually to agree on a certain topic, not to prove people wrong all the time. You know, if you're one of those people who can only talk to somebody and is always trying to be the right person, then that's wrong. You know, you don't always need to be the right person. Conversation needs to be about having fun, not about being who's wrong or who's right, not about gaslighting people. Come on, not about trying to get something out of people using manipulation tactics. Shout out Oso. We're out here on the Oregon coast having a grand time. And so, yeah, some of these people don't really understand the point of conversation. We're not trying to prove people wrong, you know. And if you are doing that, there's nothing, like, just consider not doing that. Hell yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing lovely tonight. We're doing quite splendid. The Dimma McMill. Hell yeah, CJ Johnson. You already know it's that time of day where we like to sit back and we do it some crack. You know, it's crackful rat, not packful rat anymore. But y'all gotta make sure y'all are staying swole and packing bowls. Really is not too much complicated than that. As I always say, the two most important things are self-improvement and having fun. So as long as you focus on those two things, guys, life can get a lot worse. It doesn't matter if you're having a boring life. It doesn't matter. There's true horrors out there that you are unaware of, that you are thankful for not experiencing, you know, true horrors out there. And so just be thankful whether you feel like your life is boring or not, you know, like, it could be worse. There could be some terrible stuff going on. Shout out Tim Van. Shout out A Fan of One. Shout out CJ Johnson. It's just some reprobates in chat, but I'm not gonna let this distract me here. The point of conversation is to agree with people. All right. Some of these people don't understand the point of conversation. Why would you even want to conversate with someone who doesn't understand what the point of a conversation is supposed to be? That's some slap monkey ass generational curses. Bullshit going on. If you're trying to talk to someone and they can't even wrap their head around how to talk to people, if they don't even know how to talk to people, Why would you care about what they say? They don't even have conversation down. They don't even know how to express their words. And so don't get in arguments with people that are just like, don't even understand the point of conversation. Don't even comprehend or interpret anything that anyone has to say who doesn't understand how to speak. All right? Because some of these people don't understand, or they get how to speak. They don't get the point of speaking. They don't get why to conversate. They just say whatever comes to their freaking head. Hell no, guys. The point of conversation is that we're trying to get people to agree on something. We're trying to get people to see things a certain way, see life a certain way. Or we're trying to just, have two people agree on the same thing. And I mean, there's some ignorant people out there who are always going to be right, who are never going to be wrong, and who only have negative things to tell you. You do not care about what these people say, because these people do not even know the point of conversation. Because if they truly cared about you, they would tell you in a constructive way. They would tell you in a constructive way. They would know how to word it out of their mouth in a way where it doesn't hurt your feelings, and it's not BS, it's constructive criticism, and they would word it in a way and tell you in a way where you could actually understand it. Because just roasting somebody and all this stuff, that ain't even gonna be the way to that doesn't mean you want to see anyone change. If you're just roasting people, that just means you're just a bully and you just are just making fun of people. That's not the point of conversation. That's just you're trying to validate yourself. So those people, I'm not calling you guys that, but I'm saying there's people out there who are like that. Make sure y'all drop a like and sub. We be doing this every single day out here in beautiful Oregon. I'm here to elevate your mental and physical well-being. And exactly, some of these people be talking when they should be listening, right? Shout out Oso, shout out Brianna, shout out Elevated. There are going to be times, guys, where you're going to have to speak up. There's going to be conflict. You're going to have to ask for help, Don't be afraid to do these things. But if you're just looking to chit chat and you're hanging out, especially online, you're, it's not a big deal, it shouldn't be hostile. Conversation should be friendly. It should be agreeable. If you're in a high stressful situation and you're, working with other units, then you need conversation to be very, precise and very, no, it needs to be this way. But as I said, if you're hanging out with some people online or whatever, talking with some friends or whatever, conversation should always just be agreeable, lighthearted. And some of these people the way they grew up in the environment they grew in makes them very envious, judgmental people and competitive people. And they don't even recognize that they're trying to be overly assertive and they're trying to change things and be kind of a control freak. They don't even know that. That's just the way that they kind of learn shit. So some of these people out there are going to be extremely judgmental, extremely competitive in just their interactions with you. They might just call you a bitch just because I don't know, just because that's going to be their coping mechanism. They're going to do that to compensate on whatever internal emotions they have going on. Shout out a fan of one, and shout out Elevated. My name is packful, and I'm here to elevate your mental and physical health. Just sipping on a shake right now. Make sure you guys drop a like and sub because we're trying to get our numbers up. out here in beautiful Oregon. Guys, you don't want to leave this life and feel like you left something behind. Don't leave anything behind, you know? Put it all out on the table. Whatever you got, put it out on the table, you know? Every day, start putting 100 in, because you don't want to think back and say you could have done more. You know, you don't want to think that you ever could have done more in your time, you know? Be proud of what you've done by just working hard. It does look like some more chata though. Shout out to you. But yeah, guys, like there's things, you know, there's no reason to listen to some of these people. You know, whether you want to listen to some dude like me, that's up to you. Whether you think listening to some dude talking into his phone outside in the freaking middle of nowhere is going to help you, that's ultimately up to you. A lot of times, guys, you know, when we're younger too, the choices we make are going to be wrong. But people are always saying, yo, where do you get inspiration from and stuff? Like, honestly, I can get my inspiration from watching a freaking episode of SpongeBob. I'm the type of person who could watch an episode of SpongeBob and feel inspired at the end of that. So it's each, you know, everything's up to the interpreter. And if you can get the message out of this show, you know, out of this live, that's what's up. Power to you. Power to you. But I just know that a lot of these people out here trying to say things don't really know what they're saying, and it's just glorified buzzwords. And as I've said previously, for every one person that makes it, there's 99 other people that don't. So keep this in mind when you're picking your path, your career path. And I'm never going to tell you guys anymore to get a job, because we're past that point, you know. That was some early 2024 stuff. Now I'm just telling you guys not to get distracted, because come on, we know 2024, the election year is going to be the distraction. The distractions are going to be going on left and right. People don't even know what to focus on. People can't even keep a single topic in their mind. Trying to make decisions and shit in this scene is not a good idea. So if you are gonna make any decisions, you know, maybe hold off. There's no right time for anything, so you do got to jump into shit. But guys, 2024 is crazy. All of these shits are distractions, so maybe this is not the right time to make that decision. Maybe you want to wait. But I'm Packful Rat, here to elevate your mental and physical every single day. We're out here having a beautiful day. I'm going to be back tomorrow, guys, at this same time. Shout out to Dwan Wan. Y'all all owe me $5 for all of this future telling. All right, Cash App at bottom. But yo, peace out. I'm Packful Rat logging out.